What up, guys? Real burger time, guys.
How it works.
Yeah, this guy sucks. We have seen that. More C tutorial, guys. More, guys. Should we call it GNU plus Linux or American Finnish Beer Man collab? Well, technically, Linus is American. I think he got his citizenship when he came over here. He lives in, like, Portland or something. It'd be so cool to meet him. I would tell him I use Void Linux as a flex, and that I hate systemd. I'd be like, nice to meet you, man. I hate systemd. And I use Void, by the way. I wonder if Linus Torvald would ever use systemd, would ever use Void Linux, the based operating system. Imagine he couldn't install Gentoo. That'd be really funny, actually. FreeBSD and Gentoo are base 2. Yeah, imagine Linus not being able to install FreeBSD or Gentoo. Arch is the opposite of based. What is the opposite of based? It's a good question. Cringe. As a Void Linux user, I agree. Remember, guys, based means BSD, Alpine, Signal, and Lightman DNS. This sounds like unemployment behavior. Okay. We're going to get some examples here. I'm going to start in 1 minute. Quora is where you ask how to do is where you ask how do I install Windows Defender on Kali. Is that even possible? Yes, you can install Microsoft Defender for an endpoint on Linux, but it's primarily designed for enterprise environments rather than personal. Oh, wow. That would be fucking weird. I would never do that. So apparently you can. All right. C. Requires Debian to do it? Boo, yeah. Correct. The right response anytime Debian is mentioned. Look, guys, a woman. Obviously not real. Me when I hear Debian. Even though I'm using Kali Linux right now. Unfortunately. I should have changed the name of the title of this to Debian. If you're looking for stability, that is not the out of defense of Debian. Here are 3 distros to try: Void, OpenSUS, FreeBSD, true. That should have been the video title. Yeah, why do people like trip over rolling release? Rolling releases, dude. I didn't update my shit for like 2 weeks. And the longest update was the longest update I had to go through was NVIDIA drivers. RIP NVIDIA. Me wishing I would have picked AMD GP graphics card instead. But bleeding edge distros are not as... I've never once had a stability issue except for with Pop! OS and Garuda one time, and I learned that I hated ButterFS snapshots with an absolute passion, and they're worthless. Like completely. There's the 2 times I've had an instability, and Pop! OS obviously isn't rolling release, but I had 2 times it bricked, or kernel panic or something where I had to go to grub rescue, fucking nightmare. And then Gentoo is better than Debian because you can have both testing and stable packages on the system. Debian, as far as I know, doesn't allow that easy. Yeah, you can't. You can't have both testing and stable on Debian. I think it breaks the system or something. Yeah, because Gentoo allows you to obviously have indated... yeah, so that makes sense. I think that's why Flatpaks... I think with Flatpaks you can do the same thing. I think with Flatpaks you can have different versions. If I'm not mistaken, as far as I remember. As far as I know. But can you hack with Gentoo? Gentoo hacking. No, not that. This article shows the technology available for ethical hacking related activities on a Gentoo-based system software. Wow. Where's the hacking Gentoo? Pen 2, that's what it was. I knew it existed. But is Pen 2 still maintained? If it is, I will switch to Pen 2 as my hacking distro. Wow. How come this project looks dead? Sorry, we've been busy compiling. Gen 2, of course. What else? How can I permanently store changes that I make when should be easy to use? Just use the Pen 2 change where X drive is. Oh, okay. Apt isn't installed. How do I use this thing? Pen 2 is based on Gen 2. We use a patch called Portage. Has anyone ever used Pen 2? It's basically Gen 2 installed with lots of customized tools, custom kernel, and much more. Here is a non-exclusive list of the features: kernel with Wi-Fi hacking-related packages, module loading with supported LS Slacks, changes saving on USB stick, XFC4 window manager. Boo, XFC. OpenCL cracking support with development tools, system and security updates if you got it finally installed. Well, the website looks really cool. Kind of. We have a Pen 2 meta e-build and multiple Pen 2 profiles, which will install the Pen 2 tools based on use flags. Anyway, I'm compiling Gen 2 kernel 6.1.77. Nice. The Pen 2 dev team is because of few core developers and many random acts of kindness. Gremlin, the Pen 2 is the founder and lead director for life. El Presidente Numero Uno, current lead of Pen 2, second greatest gremlin. Kernel Firewatch stack maintainer, release. Interesting. Where is this on GitHub? Okay. Merge pull request from 2584 from Blackshire. So this was done on the 6th. It doesn't look like it's actually dead. Looks like it's actively maintained. Let's try this. Let's look at this real quick. Pen 2 core ISO. Yep. Hardened. Hard. But they use Apache Debian. Unbased. Let's check this out. Then we're going to actually look at. We're going to start doing C because this is kind of interesting. I would use this as my daily driver on my laptop. That is really overpowered for it. I would use this unironically. And if I do use it, I will torrent this and then seed it. 2 gigs based. I just don't like that it uses XFCE. I don't like XFCE. Release version. Pen 2 full. Interesting. Dave Plummer. Big blunder. Yeah. Release version. Pen 2 core AMD Harden. 86 Harden. Oh. I wonder if this is the right one. Settings. Oh yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, it's some guy that does like a. He does like he. I looked into that Enderman where he says Dave Plummer like scammed a bunch of people. I don't know how true it is though, but I'm gonna watch it later. Dual boot RISC-V would be awesome. That would be kind of cool. The problem with RISC-V is it's not fully open source. So I don't know if I can do it. You're watching Dave Plummer? No. Oh, I read that backwards. Gen 2 Linux. Based. Let's see if 4 gigs of RAM is enough. It says that you could... He deleted Debian based. True. You should delete Debian when you get the chance. Okay. Please select a key map. Oh. From the 43 English key map. Default. Mounting. Because I use Parrot right now. Parrot's kind of cool. No, I'm using Kali, sorry. Pen 2. Welcome to Pen 2. All network interfaces are down at boot by default. For a GUI network manager, type, or you can type sudo d to set up your network interface. If you are running a live USB, there are many ways to save changes. You can run Pen 2 bug. You can run as root to install a new package, which will be available. All network interfaces down at default. For a GUI network manager, type sudo rc service. I severely underestimated how badass Pen 2 truly is. DHCPCD DHCPCD is not found. Exit. Interesting. Does not exist. Ooh, if you're running a live in many ways to suit Pen 2 bug tracker update using. Interesting. Let's actually see. Network unreachable. See if we can do. I think it's ETH0. There we go. See ya. I think I did X for some weird reason. Okay, we're live. We got a network. Network manager, Pen2 installer desktop. I think this is what I want. Command not found. Pen2 command not found. Please run Pen2 installer as root. Okay, cool. Wow, Billy's gonna miss this because he's a bitch. The install process is fairly straightforward. You should run through the options in order they presented. If you are unfamiliar with the part to making file system, you may want to consult some documentation for Tahina. You can view output commands for checking the logs. Continue. Select cock. UCT time. Please identify a location. The Americas. Argentina, Virgin Islands, Venezuela. There's Cuba, Haiti, Colombia, Brazil. Oh, Canada, El Salvador, S49. Switzerland. Let's pick 6. Oh, set the date, November 7th. Select the time. Prepare the hard drive. Guide partition, erase entire disk. 20 gigs. Enter the size of your boot partition. Minimum value is 128. We'll do 130 MIB. Enter the size MIB of your British partition. Minimum value is 1. Oh, swap partition. Disk space, I think it's 5. I gave it 4 gigs, so. Cool. You're going to do C today, damn it. I will. I'm checking out Pen 2. Fine-tune partition setup. Edit, encrypt, preserve existing layout. We're going to do C, no worries. Copy the distribution. I'm doing the most important thing. Checking out if I like Pen 2. Because I might install it. The following unsynced changes to the running live have been detected. 16K. User, would you like to sync unsaved changes to your install? It is safe to say no here. Yeah, we'll do some syncing. Waiting page confirm. Select profile. Pen 2 hardened Linux AMD's 23 split user binary. I think people said binary or like is better. Install bootloader. Oh. Nano is easier. Yep, I'm a Nano fan. System editor, key map, file system endpoints, DNS server. Okay. Wow, this is kind of cool. And these are obviously some flags you can probably do that I want to watch like an install video of like Pen 2. That'd be kind of cool. We'll check it out. I'll check it out later. Looks very cool. Very based, actually. So back to C. All right. The char data type used is stored as single character. The character must be surrounded by single quotes like A or C, and we use the %C side formats specifier to print it. Example, char my grade equals A, print F, %C, my grade, comma, my grade. Alternatively, if you're familiar with ASIC, you can use ASIC values to display certain characters. Note that these values are not surrounded by quotes. Char A equals 65, B equals 66, C equals 67. Print C, A, B, C, pretty much. Print F, A, C, B, C. If you try to store more than a single character, it will only print the last character. Char my text equals hello, print F, my text. Interesting. I wonder why. Probably figure it out. Note, don't use the char type for storing multiple characters, as it may produce errors. To store multiple characters or whole words, use strings, which you will learn more about in a later chapter. Char my text equals hello, print fs, %string, my text. It's probably like maybe a memory thing or a memory like issue. There's not enough memory for it to be stored. Char is probably only can allocate so much memory. I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm making an assumption. For now, just so you know, you use strings to store multiple characters text. The char is typed for single characters. Which is the correct syntax declaration of a char value with the letter A? Double quotes. I thought you were Rust man. I'm going deeper. Single quotes, right? Yeah. I'm going deeper, and then I'll convert back to Rust. First, I got to learn C. Then I'm going to learn assembly, and then I'll learn Rust. And then I'll be low-level based. Use init when you need to store a whole number without decimals, like 35 or 1,000, and float or double when you need a floating point with decimals like 99.99 or 3.14515. Int my num equals 1,000. Print f %d my num, and then it'll do that. Float my num 5.75. Print f %f my num. Double my num 1999. Print %lf my num. Float versus double. The precision of floating point value indicates how many digits values can have after the decimal point. The precision of float is 6 or 7 decimal digits, while double variables have a precision about 15 digits. Therefore, it's often safer to do double for most calculations, but note that it takes up twice as much memory as as float. 8 bytes versus 4 bytes. Test question. What is the difference from unit and int? I don't think I've gotten that far, buddy. What data type would you use to store a whole number without decimals? Huh. Wait, double, right? Interesting. Which is the correct format specifier to print a float variable? Integer, a whole number, or unit, whole positive? No? Int. I don't know, I'm retarded. Integer is int is an integer of a whole number, yeah, that I know, plus or minus unit, a whole positive number. What the fuck's a positive number? What is the name between float and double in C? Float has a higher precision than double. Double has a higher precision than float. Float uses more memory than double. They are identical. I think it's double has a higher precision than float. Yeah. How would you declare a scientific number in C representing 35,000 using scientific notation? Writing code is going to help more than the stupid test. Well, of course. Okay, give me something to write. What should be the first thing I should write in C? Should be a web server. Print hello. I think I've already done that. Bank management system. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to do this. Simple calculator. One plus one equals 3. That'd be funny. We're gonna do this. We're gonna learn how to do a calculator, a simple calculator that won't spy on you. 1 plus equals 1.9. Is that even possible? How can this be? Printf, enter operator. We're gonna do that. If you have one apple and get another apple plus 1 equals 0.1 equals plus 0.1 equals 1.9, the 0.9 is the energy in apples to add them in my brain. But what if it's a Macintosh? What if it's a closed source proprietary Apple? %C in quotation marks, which makes sense, and at sign OP. Going to sleep. If you could program a calculator for Android that could take a floating number or switch between hex and dec by tomorrow, that would be great. Wouldn't I have to know Kotlin for that? Res equals A plus B. A plus B. Break. case plus res. Oh, it's the same. Minus res equals Is that going to work though? Switch case can use use int numbers. It should work. I'll figure it out. I'll find out once I run it. Looks like switch op case plus res a plus b. There should be space between this. It's weird because res double a b res. Oh, missed a spot. Double a comma b comma res. There we go. Now it looks a little bit better. A divided by B. Wonder whether it's giving an error. That's why. It's going to create a new line. Res equals DBL. Is that going to work though? Res DBL max double. Okay, that's okay. If if res equals res DBL percent dot 2LF Okay. We should be good. All right, guys, big EP. We're gonna find out if this runs next time, and hopefully it does. If not, I got some debugging to do. Probably something silly, but that's how code works. Appreciate y'all coming by. Remember to argue in the comments for the algorithm and to purchase the previous the privacy respecting and anonymous Monero. And don't forget to force yourself to use free and open source software. Join the Discord channel and or Matrix if you want more of a free and open source option. Simple as, and also I think I'm on IRC somewhere. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you, and I'll